Hello everybody, welcome to the Horizon View for the 27th of February 2019. Taking our top fives today for the ASX Exchange Traded Funds. The ups, downs, the sideways, the backwards, and all the sideways flips. So first up we have our top 5 percentage rises for the day. We had gear, which is focused on the S&P ASX 200, so that's a hedged fund. Next we had QRE, which focuses on the top resources companies in the S&P ASX 200. Then we had HEUR, that focuses on European stocks. Wisdom Tree Europe Hedged Equity Index. That's a complicated index. The next one we had was MVR, another resources focused ETF. That one looks at the Australian market. So that one tracks the MVIS Australian Energy and Mining Index. Then we had RDV, which looks at the high dividend paying shares on the ASX. And our top 5 percentage falls for the day as well. So we had food, that's just a ETF that tracks global agricultural companies, excluding Australian companies. The next one we had in the top 5 percentage falls was ZUSD. So that is an ETF that tracks or allows you to buy physical US dollars over the exchange, ASX. Then we had our China New ETF, CNEW. That tracks the China New economy. Then we had IJH. That one tracks the S&P mid caps in the index. We had RBTZ, which is a global robotics and artificial intelligence ETF. Our top $5 rises. We had IH00, which is our global 100, top 100 companies, and that's hedged at the Australian dollar. Then we had ILB, which is ETF that tracks government inflation, so the US bond market, Australian bond market. Then we had IHVV. IHVV is the hedged iShares S&P 500 ETF. Then we had A200, which is the BetaShares Australia 200 ETF, and that one is a little bit lesser known because that one tracks the Sol Active Australia 200 index. Then we had ESTX, which tracks the top Euro stocks, so the top 50 stocks for the total European index. Top 5 percentage falls. We had IJH, which tracks the S&P mid caps, 400 larger stocks on that index. And we had IVV, which is our iShares S&P 500 ETF. That's one of the bigger ETFs on the Australian ASX. Then we had IJR, and that one's very similar to IJH. So IJR is an ETF that tracks the small caps on the S&P. That one tracks 600 small caps. SPY, which is the Spider SP 500 ETF. That one's a trust. And we had VTS, which is Vanguard's US Total Market Index. So people getting out of the US market overall by the look of it with all those falls. So next up we had our top 5 number of trades. Looks to be down a little bit volume wise for the trades today. We had QFN, which is the beta shares, S&P ASX 200 financials sector. So that tracks all the financials companies in the top 200 in the ASX. IVV, which is our iShares S&P 500 ETF. Then we had VAS, which is the Vanguard Australian Shares Index that tracks top 300 companies in the ASX. Then we had VTS, which is a Vanguard US Total Market Share Index ETF. Then we had our Spider 200 ETF fund, which tracks the ASX 200 as well. So top 5 ETFs traded today for volume wise. Our number 1 ETF traded today was ISO, which is iShares S&P ASX All Ordinaries ETF. Then we had MVOL, which tracks the Edge MSCI World Minimum Volatility ETF. So people looking for a trade to reduce volatility in these so-called volatile times. QFN, so we've run over that one before. So that one's tracks the S&P ASX 200 financial sector. So all the big financial companies in the top of the ASX. HACK is our global cybersecurity ETF. ETHI, which is tracks the global sustainability leaders. So that one's like an ethical type ETF. So quite a bit of volume for that one today. Value, so quite a lot of value run through for WVOL, which is the minimum volatility ETF. That one comes up occasionally, but today it seems to be quite it reoccurs on quite a few of these slides. So people looking to reduce hedge against volatility, I should say. IVHH, which is our hedged S&P 500 ETF from iShares. IVV, which is the unhedged variant. Quite a lot of value there. IVV is one of the bigger ETFs in the Australian market. We had our AAA, which is Australian High Interest Cash ETF. So people looking to, or a place to park their money before they make a trade. IJP, which is our MSCI Japan ETF. So it looks at that one, tracks Japan. So for whatever reason, people are putting a little bit of money into Japanese market. Thanks, guys. If you're keen to see more of these type of videos, I'm happy to keep doing it. Just drop us a like or subscribe. Hopefully we'll get quite a bit better at doing these things and make it more informative as we go along. Thanks, guys. Bye.